Today I will show you the most hilarious build you have ever seen, and we actually slaughtered Mythic with this, and it was not close. Guys, this will be a wild day. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and yes, what you see in front of you is actual deck for today. But Sloth, it cannot win. You think it cannot? I will actually spoil a little bit, so I will show you the results, because it will blow your mind. This deck went 5-1 in Mythic. This has been basically the best performing deck I have had since Tarkir hit, and it seems to be ranking you like absolute crazy. And yes, we never dropped game to aggro deck with this one. What the deck does? Very simple thing. It kills a creature every single time, and like every turn you kill a creature, because you also have a lot of 1-drop removal, which means that on turn 3 you can basically kill 2 creatures, which means that even on the draw you can actually clear the board. With Cease and Desist you also have nice chance to get rid of Omniscience deck. It life gains you, so it also helps, and the only win cons we ever need is Slasher, Shelly and Virtue to get the Shelly back. I didn't use Sheoldred in the first version, and that was a mistake. This is how you close games, and yes, we have all the swamps because that's the biggest selection we have right now. The removal part is necessary, so we can at least customize the land, so you can express yourself in some deck building. And it feels like a meme, but it actually worked, alright? So we will talk more about the deck in the outro, and guys, you will see a lot of aggro decks exploding. We will torment them just a little bit, so I think this will be a good day on the arena. If you had hard feelings for playing against red, this day will be a good day. This will cleanse you. You will leave this video as the new, better person. And if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Let's go to ladder and see how it goes. Alright guys, it seems that we are doing so well that we are getting matched with numbered mythics. And you know what? I think I know why we are doing pretty well. But this is great. I checked the stats and it's like actually unbelievable. Like we are beating the standard so hard by literally playing removal spell every single turn forever. Oh, this is glorious. This is peak magic, man. I could say it's flourishing. So let's go for the challenger. This is a really nice target for our Virtue of Persistence. We life gain, we prevent all of this, and I'm having a little bit too many Cease and Desist and a little bit too little lands, but this should be okay. Okay, so we basically need to make sure that we kill the next creatures and we cycle a Cease and Desist, and that should be it to win the game. We'll do lands, we'll do Shelly. Okay, a classic 2-for-1. Love it, love it. And I think we need to be a little bit mana efficient. So if I hit the land, I would play Cease and Desist, because I'm not sure if I can. I will go with a stab on the bigger guy. You kinda care about the stats, so always get rid of the bigger one, you know? And our opponent is a veteran Monarch player, and they know about the trigger. Love it. I will wait until they pump. Cutdown should always find the target in this kind of situation. We are at ton of life, so this is a cool part about now having Cease and Desist. If they attack you for 2, you literally ignore it because they will never get more damage. So you can kind of force them into this awkward situation of casting cards, and then they unload hands so quickly. They probably should know that we have removal, but you know, I will pretend that we don't. Maybe they will. Oh man, this is happening. I will go with Anoint. No, Shot the Sheriff, right? Because we want to make sure that this removal hits, so they cannot pump it again. And that was a juicy 2-for-1. You can. Oh, hear it. Oh, I think I know why we are ranking like crazy. Man, this is actually incredible. This is, I think, the best performing deck I had in a while. Like it just kills everything, man. Like it's we will be above 80% win rate. Are you serious? Alright, sorry, I got excited because I never expected this deck to perform so well. If they do 1 damage, it actually completely doesn't matter. We will force them to use those spells. I'm usually getting instants, and I'll get challenger, cause why not? With this we are doing more cards, we live game, so this is also a huge like emotional damage, because your opponent just did all of this to get 1 single point of damage. Think how they feel when they realize that you live game 2. That forces them to play more stuff, and they really didn't want to play more stuff. This will tap everything except 1 land. perfect. So Monstrous Rage can still save it against the cut down. So that means you need to go for the throat here. You need to actually be a little bit smart with your removal, because each one of them works in a different way. And now they attack. I try to... You need to remember when to click. This gives impression that there's no priority. I think this is in order. This is how we deal with Mono Red. Sure, bro. Sure, not a problem. And let's see some Desist. This seems like a pretty nice stuff. I think our opponents realize what nightmare they're in. The deck that is only designed to beat them every single turn. Alright, how do we do it? And they can try to double pump, but I'll be honest, I'm going for Shelly. One cut down should be enough. They have something, so probably we won't cast it. But the point is that we can tank all of this damage. So unless they kill Shelly, we should be absolutely fine. If they kill Shelly, we just go to 7 mana with Virtue. So we should be in great shape one way or the other. Okay, they actually go for double hit. So what is the next play? They have to go Burst Lightning, which means Swift Spear dies to this, and if they try to Monstrous Rage, that means they cannot kill Sheoldred, and they lose Aether. Man, this was a masterclass, because this cannot be used to cast non-creature spells. So whatever they will do, it won't work. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, we lost Sheoldred, but they lost everything they had, so I think this is a good deal. And at some point... Oh, removal from the top? This is what I love about this deck. When you don't have removal, you just draw the card and it's there. It's always there. And I really need to use this cut down somehow. I'm not using anything. If that's 1 damage, I'll take it, and I will make probably a treasure. Yeah, treasures are so good here, because Virtue of Persistence is everything we need to close this game. With Sheoldred in the board, like, it's guaranteed win. Can I already do it? 4, 7. I can already do it, but I will do it on the empty board. You can use those last 3 removal spells to ensure that there's nothing left after the turn ends, and I will force them to pump. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. They have to push the damage because they... Man, I'm at 20 after all of this. Oh, they have protection spell. But what if the protection spell was a lie? So it seems to be very light Boros. And what can we do? You know what? Let's make a fish. It's fun. It's entertaining. The fish has such a nice face. Alright, let's go this into Virtue, and we have a cut down into fish, and our opponent probably cannot beat Sheoldred on every single turn of the rest of the game. And you know what? The fish is the elite guardian of this ultimate explosion. Oh, I have to say, this just feels absolutely perfectly. Like, I couldn't imagine this performing better. Man, like, I cannot actually believe the results of this deck. Like, this should never happen. But it does. We can fully ignore it. I'm not even using cat. You don't want this to whiff. You want to make sure that it always kills a creature, otherwise you might be behind. And as you can see, they have instant. Nope. Yep. And this is why we play Shelly with Virtue. Oh man, they won't like it. Monstrous Rage gives them 3 toughness, they have red mana, so you can target this. And they cannot save it probably. Here you go, they have Monstrous Rage, but they cannot cast it. Oh, this is so good, man. It actually is so good. And I can attack? Let's start racing our mice player. Yep, not even double. They cannot defend. Those creatures do not know how to defend. They can only smorg the face. They can still probably try to, you know, Shattered it or Shardmage Rescue, so they will... Alright, I will okay, yeah. I appreciate it, man. I think that was hilarious game, because look what we played this game. Pure removal, live game, and the win con. And this is how you rank up in Standard right now. So let's see if that is some red deck. Here you go. Oh, you know you want those mono redders. To keep playing man, it feels so good. Moment you know you will kill literally every creature they will ever play. Like, this is like, they rely on you not having removal. Moment you make deck like this, They cannot win. They just cannot win because they will always run out of creatures faster than you run out of removal. We probably want to hit those next two lands at some point, but for now... So this is a cool part about this deck. They still don't know that Manifold Mouse gets a trigger. They still get surprised by this ability. So basically, you want to hit... Let's go. This is Sorcerer, so you need to use it fast. Whenever you miss the land, that means you probably draw a removal. Here we actually drew one Slasher from the deck, but it's fine. So either you go toward Slasher and Sheoldred, or that means you just got another card. I have life gain in this deck, so let's go for Edict. Non-token. I think I know which one we will choose. So they will keep playing creatures. We are of course on 2 mana. It's kinda okay on this deck, that's why we play so little lands. But I probably would still prefer to hit the third one. Because I cannot double spell, so they might still overwhelm us with, you know, the classic mono-red card advantage. Alright, the land is very big whiff for them, and as you can see they absolutely feel desperate. And I just want to point out, we only play removal this whole game, and they still get us to 12 already. So you can get the idea of how oppressive this deck can be. And it won't work, so let's see. If they don't play another creature, they lose the game. Like, they cannot recover. Even on 2 lands, we'll just win this. There's Lightning. Good choice by them. And I hope I can maybe fish for another. Okay, nothing. And this is Human Monk. You should have been an outlaw, then you would survive. I'm using usually this guy first. Alright, do you have more creatures? No. Alright, so we are basically on our way to draw, you know, the third land of the deck. To be honest, we are drawing close to 1/4 of the deck, so I'm drawing right now like I'm playing around, you know, 12 lands in this deck. Okay, this is really good. I could already go with Slasher, but then I risk dying, so let's maybe not do it. They have quite a lot of cards stacked. They might try to go into 5th land and start casting Burst Lightnings. Alright. Alright. I think sure that should be really nice here. We could also go Slasher into Stab, but this can be played around. I think Shelly should be good enough. They can give haste to a creature, but because they don't have anything plotted like Slick Shot, they need to use 2 mana from the village. That gives them 3 or 4 mana. If they kill Shelly... Oh, okay, sure. Sure. That's nice. They use one of the cards, and it seems they actually don't have more creatures. Let's go with Slasher and see if they can double kill it, because Burst Lightning won't do it unless they use the kicker. And Lightning Strike also doesn't kill it. And we have open mana for removal, which is super nice. So Slasher might be a huge problem for them. Yeah, now we are the aggressor. Okay, here you go. They drew a lot of frenzies, however, that's how we do it. If not, we can just keep killing their every single creature, and at some point we'll get to 7 mana, so we play Virtue and we get the same stuff. Man, this guy is a Witch Stalker Frenzy gamer. And you know what? It's okay. We also can use Fountainport at the end step, but of course it costs us life, so I probably will wait for 1 more land. Yeah, this way we can make treasures. I could Locust Spray. You know what? I will go for this play, I think. We have 4 mana. Oh, okay, never mind. We will just cycle it then. You don't need to do anything here. And their chance is trying to burn you over time from 10. That's why it's so important to kill their creatures early. And now we can cycle a card. We also have 4 Cease and Desist, so we can get back to 18 if we, if we draw all of them. And they're doing it main phase for some reason. Love it. I don't think we need fish, honestly. I think all we need is to hit more lands and stuff. That's why also we have this. It's great early game. Alright, I guess we won't draw another land this game. This is kinda rough because we are playing 12 lander right now. What do we take? Probably 1 stab. I think we don't need more. And let's see. Our opponent is very, very persistent in trying to... Alright, they definitely are not getting this one. I will force them to play Monstrous Rage if they have it, because they can save a creature, but that means I can trade for the last card. So as you can see, they fully whiffed here, no value, as they should, and we are at 6, on our way to live gain back into this game. Alright, I will literally never get this fifth land. That's fine, that's fine. Every time you don't draw a land, that means you have another removal. And look at this hand. Doesn't it make you feel great? I don't want to go lower than 6, so I will just wait for, you know, the top deck that wins me the game, and namely a land. I promise you I play more than 4 lands in this deck. You wouldn't be able to tell, but I promise you that's the case. We'll get rid of 1 cut down. And as you can see, our opponent just doesn't want to leave the game, and we'll force them anyway. At some point you will get this land, you play it, and then you can treasure at the end step. They have only 1 card, so in best case it's 4 damage, and that's like literally the best case scenario. So we need to be a little bit quick, but now we can use those Fountainports to provide treasures, which basically gives us a draw every turn. Let's see, okay, this is good. Kinda. So we need to cut it down right now. Okay, this is actually better. Let's go for this. We don't need mana on this turn. This way we prevent 1 damage. It might matter a little bit. And our opponent is like, what is going on? Well, this is your judgment day. Alright, and now they are down to 1 card. So even if they draw well, they aren't very like scary here. And we are at 6. Okay, so 1 more turn and we can start doing like the big stuff. And that seems pretty perfect. We can cut it down, so if they play a creature, try to pump it, we just kill it in response. And from the next turn onward, there will be Sheoldred for the rest of the game. So this is the last draw and they will probably scoop very quickly. Alright, they will try to hit our face. That's what they do. And let's go for a cut down. Alright, our opponent is good gaming. I wonder which side. This seems to be Monstrous Rage? Nope. And I mean, they get us to 5, Burst Lightning is 4 damage, and here it comes. That's why we have Shelly, because without this card, as you can see, you can actually die with a deck full of removal, which is kinda hilarious. And we are already at 7. And here is how it starts. And now they cannot kill you because you will kill every single creature. Burst Lightning costs 5 mana, so they cannot even double... Okay, they can double cast it actually. Let's go for the treasure. I wonder why they are not leaving. So let's get another creature. And I prefer my creatures because they are way cooler than those red creatures. And let's go back to 9. We hit their face, as we should. Why are they still in the game? And I will go for this. But Sloth, it's your own creature. Well, even if they kill Shelly, I'm getting it back anyway. And I'm life gaining to 11. So there's literally no reason to not do it. Like you can... Yep, upkeep stops. So that means... Okay, this was not a manual stop. So that means this is an instant. But we don't know what instant it is. Oh, you want those red thingies, you know? Let's go for Edict maybe. Non-token. Definitely wrong tap, but it doesn't matter. With this deck, it doesn't matter. Mono red loses. That's what we do. Man, it feels so good. They get extra card and nobody even cares. Oh man, this is how you deal with those decks. Sarkhan, invincible. You know what? It might be a mono red player and I can respect this. Like, those are standards, you know, just enjoying Sarkhan, having Sarkhan avatar, and mulliganing to 4, so they will probably scoop at the first removal. Man, this deck has aura. Like, they just die instantly the moment they see this deck. So usually they mulligan, so they have good opening, and try to win with 1 or 2 creatures that get amplified. But against our deck, it just doesn't work at all. Like, absolutely. And we can life gain with Cease and Desist, which is super nice. Like, those extra bits of, you know, life gain, help it on. Sleight of Hand. So this is a Cory Izzet Slick Shot talent deck, which means that if they hit Cory, they can actually still win the game. Because if you go 1 for 1, you will always get outvalued. I will get rid of it. Because we are on our way to Slasher and Shelly. Let's go Swamp. You don't want to show Fountainport because it changes how they play. Alright, okay, it doesn't change how they play, but this generally changes how the players play. When they see Fountainport and they know that the death is inevitable. This is a weird for Izzet build. But I think this has to be a Cory build. The moment you see Sleight of Hand, Is it, and Mythic, you know what's up. Alright, I wanted to clock them. Alright. So, we will basically go Fountainport, make fish. They did not hurt us, they won't hurt us during this game. And, yep, here we go. Exactly as expected. A very peculiar choice, you could say. Let's see what they will go. I kind of want to, you know, kill them before we get to the stage of the game when they can create, you know, three creatures with Cory. I think they have less removal in this type of decks. So... Okay, I think we can play like this. No. We just chill here. By attacking, alright. Because if they block, they trade 1 for 1, which is basically for removal. They take the damage because they don't realize they will die to this fish sooner or later. And we want to use stab so we can still make fish. I want to basically invest my life until I have like 4 or 5 fish. Let's see cut down what they can have. It shouldn't make a huge difference. I might go 2 for 1 here, but I'm taking the risk. Because one spell won't do it. So if they have Opt, for example, it will be a 2-2 and still die. And that means we can make a fish while also removing Otter. After stock up, they will probably get something for 1 mana, so we need to do it now. Sarkhan, invincible. But the Cory, when they drop Cory, this will be a, you know, a scary part of the game. Because then we cannot outvalue them anymore by playing full deck of removal and nothing else. So we need to actually start racing them a little bit. Let's go for the fish. Alright, let's go fish. We need to kill some Mono Red Enjoyers. And to be absolutely fair, this deck is a little bit different than Mono Red. So for all Mono Red decks, this is the least Mono Red of them all. Man, if they... Oh my god. Okay. Can you target a card, please? Just a small, you know, request from my side. And that's why Cease and Desist is absolutely insane, man. Here you go. Okay, I think I will cycle 1 Locust Spray. Because we want to still hit the big stuff and we cannot use Fountainport on this turn. So let's not waste the mana. We love to use Fountainport on every single turn. Okay, 2 damage. And now they should start to realize that this fish is really scary. And they don't want to anger the fish. As you can see, you don't need to do anything. This is your guarantee that you won't die to any of their creatures. Level 3. Alright? The game is on. The game is on. So I think I will go for more fish. Because now we will have to burn a lot of removal. So let's go. That's why you want to be kinda quick about this whole fish thingy, you know? Let's go. 3 damage a turn. That actually starts stacking. I don't have anything I can do here. I really don't want to lose removal, but I will. I will keep 1 mana removal probably. I think it's Edict. We don't really need it against this deck. Like, it's the same as other removal, just a little bit worse. But we have the... and here it goes. So basically every spell they cast right now creates 2 creatures. Or okay, at least the next spell. For free. Here they go. And let the Hunger Games begin. Oh man, we will have to kill a lot of stuff on this turn. And they didn't have... It has to be instant or sorcery. It's weird they actually didn't cast any of them. And we'll also have to get rid of those otters. And because we have 1-for-1s, it won't be super easy. To be honest, we can take some damage. Like right now, they are not doing anything meaningful. So they need to cast a spell. And that means we can start answering it. Oh, you want this Monstrous Rage? I bet you do. I could try to bait them, but I don't want to be inefficient with my removal. And let's use this one. This one is probably a little bit more awkward. They have only 1 mana, so if they try to pump Slick Shot, which would be really nice, we can also answer it super, super nicely. And we are guaranteed to hit it. So first use removal that isn't conditional. This way there's nothing they can do. And the second one is conditional, but they're tapped, they have no place, and you know there's nothing new that will happen. See, that's how you bait those maximum value responses. Let's go for this guy. Here you go. Your board is dead. As it should. As it should. And we'll also probably kill this otter. And as you can see, the fish is terrorizing them. Alright, colorless mana. I mean, sure, why not? Why not? It is possible theoretically. I don't think we need cease and desist with this kind of hand, especially that we are one card down. And here you go. Here you go. Just hit the face. That's the place. They probably will hit one drop. Sorry, two drop, right? So this should be an auto win for us. Oh yes, you want those challengers, huh? You think they hit face? Well, this one won't. This one is dead. And then we can virtue the Swift Spear and make them regret playing Mono Red. Something they've never thought possible. Alright, this is a good plan. This feels good. This feels like justice. And as you can see, they still deal damage to it, even if all you do is literally play removal the whole game. However, do we have life? I mean, we have life gain. And let's go for this guy. I will keep this for a Heartfire hero. We're at 4 mana, we have Virtue of Persistence, so we are on our way to either Sheoldred or Virtue. Alright, a classic 2-for-1, which means with a full deck of removal and nothing else, you will still be behind against this creature. But that's cool, that's cool. We have Locust Spray, and basically our advantage is that we have more removal than they expect. Like, we can actually trade 2-for-1 because we have more than twice as removal. So yeah, they need to start doing something. This is some of their last cards right now. Yep. They want to get this extra damage. They will go for double strike, of course. And let's see if they cast Monstrous Rage and try to go for some extra greedy damage. Because they think there is no way this guy has another removal. Well, psych. We have way more. The next card will probably also be removal. And this is how you get them. All you needed is 4 removal spells in a row. Alright, we got a land. So even though it's not exactly what we wanted removal, but that brings us closer to Virtue, in case they won't leave. And it seems they won't leave. Here you go. Hi. That's why Shelly is in the deck. And with that, their dreams of recovering are no more. What a day. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy those red decks that hope that their opponent doesn't draw removal and we always draw removal because we have nothing else in the whole deck? For me, it was cleansing, it was fun, and finally I felt that I always have removal when I need it. And all it took is 35 instant and sorceress. To be absolutely honest, maybe I should consider nowhere to run, but we are killing so many things that I didn't even go for it, and Edict should just do the trick. You can, like, remember, even if they protect a creature, you can always cast another removal. They spend 2 cards, creature plus protection, and you spend 2 cards. Removal into removal. So removal is just answer to everything. And we will talk about this deck a little bit more because I wanted to keep the intro short, but there's so much more in this deck. You can flourish if you want, just click the button. And yes, listen, you don't need to put all the stars. I was just, the deck looks so simple. I needed to, you know, get something that got me going. And finally we can showcase all the amazing art, and I probably shouldn't talk about it so long. So basically, the deck went 5-1. The only game we lost was against Omniscience. We kinda expect to lose those matchups. In all honesty, my idea was that I will concede every single game to a non-red deck. But fortunately, I actually only met red decks. I will show you the matchups. We played 3 times, I believe, against Mono Red, 2 times against Izzet, which is Mono Red with Talents and Cory, and 1 time against other different deck that wasn't Mono Red. So, come on. I tell you, sometimes I only play against Mono Red, and I have found finally the deck that feels good into this. Moment you see red, you kinda know you won. And thank you for this diabolical idea coming from one of our patrons. Seth, my friend, your comment actually made me think, and you know what? After a few hours, this was born, the absolute abomination, and I never could dream of such good results. So I'm happy if you are seeing a lot of Mono Red. I mean, this might be the deck for you, and even if you lose other matchups, I think you will feel very good about it. Like, when you win the games against Mono Red, it just feels like justice, because their their whole game plan is basically built around hoping that you don't hit removal in first 3 turns. That's what they do. If you hit removal, their deck does nothing. Cory builds are a problem. I have to say I was a little bit, I think, lucky in those matchups, because Cory builds can actually outvalue you. No joke, they can just go wider, because if they have like 2 Cory, they go straight off hand into Opt. They didn't waste a single card, and they already have 2 new creatures. You need to play 2 removal spells into it. So this actually can still lose to Cory decks. You have Cease and Desist, and you can cast it even though you have no white or green mana, because you can produce treasures with Fountainport. And Fountainport is a huge deal in this deck. This is how you card advantage, because against those decks you have seen Manifold Mouse is a classic aggro 2/1. They only pay 4 mana and they have 2 creatures. Both of them are absolutely deadly with double strike. The way to go around it is, of course, to spend 2 cards into it. If they have too many plays like this, especially that Challenger can also draw an extra card, you might be in some trouble. So first you need to make sure that you always cast removal that is guaranteed to kill a creature in given situation. If you cast Cut Down and they pump a creature and suddenly this fizzles, this might be your last removal that you don't have. So even with this deck, be sure to not waste a single removal. You might need it more than you think. And then you go into full top deck mode when they try to hit a creature and you want to hit 4 lands and Shelly or Virtue, so we can close the game for those red players that don't want to leave. Fountainport is amazing. Moment you hit 5 mana, you can instantly go into 7 because you are guaranteed a treasure token every single turn. So even if you whiff, and by the way, we play very little lands here. The idea, of course, we don't want to get flooded. That's even if you have full removal deck, sometimes you might hit 2 removal and 5 lands and you will lose to aggro deck. This was my idea to prevent it. On 20 lands, we can basically, as you can see, play the whole game out of 2 mana, and I mean, you shouldn't get flooded. We can also cycle Locust Spray in case we need lands, and we also have Cease and Desist, which cycles itself basically. So your density of lands is a little bit higher. 8 cards can be cycled very easy. I'm not sure about slashers. I think maybe you can just keep 4 Shellys and that's enough. I just wanted to get this because this is better removal than Sheoldred. This dies to 1 card like Frenzy. This, they need 2 cards, or they need to lose a creature basically because of the Death Touch, and you still have the Slasher that will threaten lethal in like 4 or 5 turns, even if you don't draw anything. Oh man. This was something, wasn't it? Hit a like if you like this kind of style. We probably won't make too many decks like this, but I want to know if there are a lot of mono red explosion enjoyers here. For me, this deck felt like justice. It was great. I really enjoyed my time, and I couldn't dream of going so high on the win rate. I expected 50-50, and you know what the fun part is? I've done similar decks to this that were less about removal in like half year ago or something, and I remember I also got insanely good results that I never expect, like something like 60-70% win rate, I think, if I recall. So it seems to be really top performing deck in Standard. Of course, every time you hit a non-aggro, non-red deck, you will probably lose, and against Cory decks you still can lose, but we managed to sneak all the wins. So, you know, I wouldn't really craft it like to seriously rank up, but it shows the situation, and if you are high ranked Mythic, you probably see ton of mono reds and not much else. So, you know, this can be a fun experiment for you. You can tell me how it went. And before we wrap the video, huge thank you to all of our amazing patrons that are supporting this channel so we can continue having fun with Standard. You know, even with the amount of aggro, we can always find a way to make it fun and entertaining. I hope so. Thank you guys. I hope we had a blast. And yeah, that's it for today, and see you guys tomorrow.